This is Lisa and Gina. I have Joyful Tumblers and Gina has Pinkrosetta Studios. And we have been doing cups for almost 3 years, and we've learned some things, and we'd like to share them with you, something that we wish we would have known when we started doing tumblers. We're planning on doing several videos with tips and tricks, the do's and the don'ts of everything, and we're going to break it down. So we wanted to share it with you, and like I said, I wish we would have known it when we started, because we had to learn a whole lot. One of the first things that I wish I would have known was, well, let me tell a little backstory first. Gina wanted to do earrings, and she had bought a Cricut maker. She had no clue of how to use one, and I've had used one in the past. It had been several years. I had an old one when you had the cartridges and the overlays and such. So she got her maker, and I had I'd gotten another Cricut and just hadn't touched it for years. Anyways, started messing around with it and had to relearn the whole thing. So YouTube videos are definitely one of the best things you can do in learning how to do any of that. So that's how we kind of got back into I got back into crafting. She's always done crafting. She does flowers and
wedding bouquets
and that kind of stuff. I was more the scrapbooker type person. So I did a little research and came across Tumblers, and I actually was going to do the earrings, help her with that and figure that out, and thought my husband's a crafty person. He wanted to he's always wanted to do something, so I came across hydro dripping and showed it to him, and then I started looking more and found out about the tumblers and everything that goes along with it. Well, I took over the tumblers. He doesn't do them like that. I'm the main person in that part. Gina saw what I was doing, and she got into it. So that's kind of a little backstory on us doing tumblers now. During that process, when I was looking at doing like the earrings and stuff and t-shirts, I was learning that Cricut, and I had no clue how to break stuff down. I had like remove backgrounds and all that kind of stuff. I would take an image and erase the head and leave the body, and I mean, it was just it was a mess learning. So I came across this thing called Remove Background, Remove BG, and it'll take an image and you upload your picture and it takes it completely away. Most pictures. Now some pictures that don't, but I recommend going to removebg.com. That will help. There are some other programs. I mean, in the Cricut you can remove the background, but not in a whole. It will take hours and click and remove it. So Remove BG is probably, I wish I'd have known that day one, because it was, you know, a lifesaver. So another program that, so I guess that would be tip one, Remove BG. Another program would be Canva. It's a free program, and it removes the background too, but it does so much more. And I actually just discovered that not too long ago. There's a free version. It's very easy to use, user-friendly. Gina, who, you know, doesn't do much with the computer, she's learning a lot more. So it's a real, and you can design stuff, and you can,
you can do your business cards. You can.
I did my business cards. We designed just the other day one of her business cards, and there's a lot of YouTube people about how to use Canva. And like I said, there's a free version and there's a pro. I decided just recently to do the pro, and you can add people to your team, as they call it. So it can even make watermarks on your pictures, so the pictures don't get taken. You can make, I made an intro YouTube, which you probably just saw. It is amazing. So easy, so easy. Knowing how to do the Cricut, it helped on some, and she's been messing around with the Cricut too, so it helped her who doesn't do that kind of stuff. So it's very, very easy. Her husband, he's looking at it and doing things, and he's very computer literate, and it's pretty easy.
Yeah, he makes it.
It's very, very, I mean, I was amazed. I did the YouTube intro, so I mean, that's pretty cool. So definitely Canva would be the next thing that I would do. You can, whenever you're looking for fonts, you can find, your Cricut will have some fonts in it, but you can get non-commercial use defont.com, and once you get all the different fonts, once you download them into your computer, you turn your computer off, turn it back on, it'll automatically upload into your like your Cricut. But here's the thing, when you have 10,000 different fonts and you're looking for a specific font, when you're in the Cricut, you're clicking, and you got to go back off, and you got to click it, and you go, and finding the right font for the right design. You would spend hours clicking through each of the fonts. So I found that if you use, and it's called Word Market, you download it, you upload it, I guess, onto your computer. You just type in your word. Say if I wanted to type in Lisa, my name, it would have every font that I have downloaded on my computer on one page, not each click.
To pick from.
So you just kind of, you hit the button and it filters it or clicks it, and it saves it, and then you just show the ones that you like. So it gets rid of all the other ones, the ones you don't care about. Say you wanted a what is it called? Cursive. A scriptive. Is it scriptive? A script font, sorry. It would show all your cursive and script fonts that you have. So, that is I wish I'd have known that, because I couldn't tell you how long I'd be sitting there looking for a certain type that I'm like, no, I don't like that one. So I think that one is a really good one that I wish I had known from the beginning, coming back into, kind of crafts. So that is definitely a life changer, game changer. And time
saver,
time is the biggest thing. When you're doing your projects and stuff, doing the decal and all that, and then you want, like, well, what am I going to put on it? So it helps you out. So I highly recommend the Word Market. And it just clicks on, like on your top of your taskbar, it'll have a little W. You click on it, it says type in the word, and then all your fonts are on there. So definitely a good time helper at all. So going into the next part that I think that we need to discuss, that I wish I would have known in the beginning, is whenever you put on your cup, you don't know what size the decal should be. And generally on one of these, this is a 30-ounce hog. Generally it's a 3-inch, a 3x4 type thing. But you have different cups. You have coffee cups, you have wine cups, you have sippy cups. So you never know what size they are. And I'm telling you this because I still do this without thinking, by looking at I have a chart that I look at. I'll try to do it, and I'll waste my vinyl. And I still like I said, I still make that mistake every once in a while to this day. So what I have, and it's kind of used, so I'm going to show it to you. I'm going to take you off the stand here. I have this, hang on, I don't know how to flip you around. I guess I'm not going to flip you around. I'm going to turn it this way. I have a chart, and I got stuff behind it or whatever, but it has the sizes, I don't know if you can see it, the sizes of each of the cups. And I have this on my desk so I can look at it. So that helps, you know, kind of a general idea. And that's what I do, and I wish I would have known that from day one too. Whenever you are doing for instance, if you wanted to do a warp or specific, like instead of inches, it's in centimeters, and it's hard to convert to that. So I also found this chart, and I just typed in conversion, I think inches to centimeters or whatever, and it gave me this chart. I came across it. It is the best, because there's times like if you do warping or anything like that, like in the silhouette, this is in a silhouette, not necessarily Cricut, but if you do a warping, they'll need the 0.125, and this converts it for you. So I'm going to show you this chart. It's another chart I have, another trip. And it just has like 1/16 is 0.625. So I've even counted the lines. So, I mean, that's just kind of another tip that might help you out. So another trick would be when you, and I wish I'd have done it from day one because I'm still cleaning it up to this day. If you are in Cricut, let me put you back on the stand. If you're in Cricut and you're downloading and you're designing things, I was not naming what they were. I wasn't titling. I wasn't putting tags. So now there is a slew of non-labeled, so if I gotta find something or Gina's gotta find something, we have to search because we didn't start from day one. So I would recommend, and Gina agrees with me, label all of your Cricut designs and you put it in. Another thing that's not on my list, it just hit me, whenever you're doing your designs, my biggest I couldn't figure out how to, once it's in Cricut, how do you get out of Cricut? What if you want to not have it a specific size that Cricut has and you want it on your computer? Because after you design it, it's in Cricut Design Space, it was there. And I thought, well, there's got to be a way to get it out. I even asked my brother-in-law, I said, if it's in the computer, how do you not get it out? So I came across this video, I don't know if you might have sent it to me. It's called Snippet. If you're on, let me grab this real quick. If you're on the computer, you can take, it's called Snippet. You do Shift Window S. When you'll go across your computer Cricut Design Space, you need to make sure, and you can put it in settings, it's a matte. There's lines and a grid and a matte. Remove the grid and matte, and you can click on the button in your settings and it'll take it off. Then you do that word snippet around your design, it goes into your computer. You could put it on your hard drive. So you're not limited to specific sizes on Cricut, because you can only go so much on a print and cut if you have Cricut. So the snippet is wonderful, and it'll go on to your computer. And if you branch out and decide you want to convert that to an SVG or a JPEG or whatever and sell your designs, as long as you can commercially, you know, what do they call it? Copyrights and stuff. Yeah. It's your design, so you can sell it on the Etsy's or whatever like that. So that's just another thing I forgot to write down, but I thought I'd throw it in. All right, so my first cup, like I told you, was Hydro Dip. And the hydro dip is a bucket of water, and you spray your different colors of spray paint or Malibu inks. Mine was spray paint. And I wish I would have I didn't take pictures. I didn't take pictures of that first cup, so I don't even know what it looked like. That's sad. But you should remember, whenever you do your cups or anything and you know it turns out gorgeous, write it down. Write your recipe of how you made it. I couldn't tell you how many times I'm looking at a cup, somebody wants this cup, and I have no clue of what color I used. Even sometimes techniques, I'm thinking, how did I do?
Right.
So write it down for sure. So, but that's kind of like my tips that I have. I'm gonna let Gina talk now.
Okay, my first cup was a alcohol ink, and some of the tips that I had with that is knowing when to stop with your alcohol, because your alcohol colors will turn into mud colors. So you want to just leave some white space. It's so much fun to drop the alcohol. To me, that's one of the funnest cups to this day. And they generally all turn out really good. The other tip with alcohol ink is, with any cup, is do not overheat your cup. You just want to scan it with the heat gun. You don't want to hold it in one place. And I did, and I burned the cup. It's the only cup I ever burned. I don't know if it was the first one I did, but I know it was a cup in the very beginning.
I've burned more.
Yeah, you've done a lot more.
When you heat from the bottom, when you do the heating.
Yeah, you kind of want to keep a distance and kind of go, I can't hold that sideways, but anyways, you want to go, keep the air kind of under the cup and, blow dry here under the cup.
Don't look at this cup.
Yeah. And then to take pictures and to remember what brands you use also, because with alcohol inks, or with actually any paint, but alcohol inks, there's different brands. And so that would mean the colors could be really close, but not exact. So just make sure you write down if you use, Tim Holtz. Did you make your own alcohol ink? Because we've done that. We'll tell you about that later. So just write down what you did, because you think you're going to remember it and you don't. We don't remember. But I think Lisa's going to talk to you about wet sanding.
I would always, sand your, when you first clean your cups after you've done them, and you feel that just that fine grit, bumpy, you want to sand it. You want to make sure when you do sand glitter on the second coat.
Yeah.
Sorry. On the second coat, because the first coat, if you do it, you're going to knock off the color pretty much, and there'll be silver specks in it. So always do not sand until your second coat. But I just, in the last year, I found that you can use wet sand, and it's a fine grit. What's the number? 320 grit, 320 grit sand. It's a wet and dry, and you can get it at any hardware store. And you just, we have it at our sink, and you just sand your cup. It makes it so much smoother. Because I remember, in fact, I believe you had talked about wet sanding, and I thought, no. And it's true.
It does. It works.
It makes it so much smoother. You just
without as much work too.
Without as much work, right? There's not now. If your cup is smooth after the second, then don't mess with it. It doesn't hurt to do it especially if you're going to put on a decal, because you don't want to have any bumps or anything when you put your decal on, because it'll show through. Vinyl will show through if you have any kind of bumps and lumps. So you use that wet sand, and it's wonderful. Makes a nice shine.
You can get it at Walmart or anywhere like that.
Yeah, any hardware store, Walmart, Lowe's, Home Depot, whatever. Harbor Freight's a good one. That's a good place to actually get your supplies. Harbor Freight's got all kinds of tools, even like the weeding tools that when you're picking up your vinyl and stuff, the clippers, the
tweezers and stuff. You don't have to buy Cricut's expensive tools and stuff. You can find kits with Amazon. You can go to Harbor Freight. There's all kinds of ways or places to get these kind of tools. So
yes,
remember that. And a squeegee.
Yes,
something like that.
And something that we've talked about, a lot of the automotive stuff, they use a lot that we use with tumblers.
Yeah.
So if you can't find, especially if there's a new cup out there that is the rave and you can't find stuff, go to an automotive store. Find whatever, like there was one cup that they were using a specific kind of spray paint and it was at the automotive store.
Yeah.
So you may pay a little bit more at the automotive store, but if you're wanting to do that cup, that's the key to go there. All the like air brushing and that kind of stuff you can get at the automotive store. You don't have to go to Hobby Lobby to get it.
Right.
They'll have it, but you may be able to find it.
Just in a pinch, you're looking for stuff.
Right.
Because when a really popular cup is out or technique is out or any kind of craft, if you're a crafter, you know this, the supplies are dwindling. So you got to hurry up and order something, really fast, especially if it's really popular. But you can find stuff at automotive stores, Harbor Freight, of course, Walmart.
Hobby Lobby, Michaels.
Yeah. Online. Maker Flow is the one that will give you a free chart.
Oh, Maker Flow?
Maker Flow.
Oh, there you go.
Gives you the free chart.
So, yeah, there's a good one. All right, so you want to go over the water slides or?
Okay, if you're going to do a water slide, we're going to go into a whole category of techniques and colors of water slides and all that, but in another video. But this one, we're going to, with this technique, you're going to let it dry for 24 hours before you do anything to it.
If you epoxy over it when it has that water underneath it, it will bubble.
Yeah.
And there's nothing you can do. And actually, if there is quite a bit of water under it and you epoxy over it, it can get molded.
Yeah.
So
better to let everything dry.
Yes. And then even if, say the water slide, you accidentally, bump it or whatever, it can crack and the whole thing's ruined. So make sure, take time, let it dry, because that water slide, it'll be ruined, and your cup will be ruined, and you will have to start all over.
The other thing was to with water slides, you can order that paper from Amazon.
Yes.
So you just type in water slide paper. That's it. A lot of our stuff we do get on Amazon.
Yes, Amazon's your friend.
Yeah.
The Amazon,
especially during COVID.
Oh yeah.
That's the only way we got stuff.
We were doing this before COVID hit.
Oh yeah.
And we were able to get, gloves.
Yeah.
Alcohol, 91% alcohol. I couldn't tell you, whenever we would say we're in Walmart, Walgreens, or whatever, and we come across 91% alcohol, we are like trying to get it as much as you get. And I told them, I said, this is not for COVID, this is for tumblers. This is not, can I not have more than 2 bottles? They're like, no. My husband found a really good deal at Sam's one time, and they had a whole bin of 91. I think he brought me back like 7, 8, 2 packs of 91% alcohol, because we use it all the time. So, but the supplies before COVID was one thing, but
now the gloves are higher.
Oh yeah, and the crafting, since people were home.
Oh yeah.
All the crafting supplies of everything went up. We're ready for COVID to be over with, and when everybody decides they don't want to do crafts and they want to be out of the house and want to get rid of it, we're going to have a de-stashing party. Right. I'm sure we're going to be garage sales or whatever. So
we'll pick up their stuff.
Well, I don't care.
Yeah.
I'll rob it down with some alcohol, if it's in COVID or anything. So So, all right. So I think, you have anything else that you can think of?
No, not on this. Not at this time.
All right. Well, this is totally raw. We're
We're just talking.
We are what we are. It's so.
This is how we talk all the time.
Yeah.
We just talk to each other all the time about stuff like this.
Or on FaceTime or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So, but like I said, we wanted to do a couple of different videos of tips and tricks of
for beginners.
For beginners, things that we just we had to figure out on our own, and there's a lot. I wish I would have, and I do know in the beginning I watched hours upon hours upon hours of videos of how to do things, because I like to know what I'm doing. And sometimes I will just jump in and figure it out, or and you'll have a happy mistake. I've had a lot of those. She's had a lot of those. And it just but to learn certain techniques and stuff. So we wish we would have seen something like this. Of course, it's taken us 3 years to figure out what
works for us.
I have probably more do not do's than to do. Mm-hmm. But every one of my lives, it seemed like I would do. I would screw up that cup, and But if you like what you're seeing right now, please give us some love. Hit the like button, subscribe, and the share. We do have Facebook, Joyful Tumblers, Pinkrosetta Studios. I do have a group, which I haven't done much with, but I plan on doing.
Yeah.
But it's Joyful Tumblers Design. I also have an Etsy, Joyful Tumblers, and of course YouTube that you're watching this now. So if you can, again, please like and subscribe, and you'll hit the bell notification. And when we do upload our next videos, you'll be one of the first to be notified when it comes on. So,
and if you have any questions, you can put them in the comments, or
you can
Messenger, maybe.
I don't know how you do it through YouTube,
but if they do, if they go on your YouTube, I mean your
Facebook, you could private message or even ask the questions. It's all right.
And then we'll try to cover it in a video.
Yes. And if you have any you have any tips that you would like to share, please leave it in the comments, and we will pass it along also in our next one. So in the meantime, y'all take care, and we'll be seeing you soon. Thank you. Bye.